Previously on Family Guy.
Oh shit, something morally questionable is happening.
It's a pipe bomb!
Yay! So, I have found myself in a pickle. I've started playing a certain game that shan't be named as of right now because I totally didn't give it away at the end of my last video. I've started to write the script and I'm honestly feeling under the weather. Here's a funny thing. 30 minutes after I started writing this, I walked through my living room and around my housemate's party to do dishes. I had a sudden sharp headache, walked back into my room and did a lateral flow test, and I was positive. I want to emphasize how much this fucked me up, as my housemate had to leave for her boyfriend's, and I'm missing out on a double pay shift at work, so I've also left my colleagues in the shit. For God's sake, why me? God damn it. I'm scrolling through my Steam library trying to find something to cover quickly. I honestly thought Hydrophobia wasn't going to be any longer than 20 minutes. Boy, was I wrong there. So, not gonna lie guys, I'm out of ideas. Maybe these juicy nuts will give me some inspiration.
Nom 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 nom.
Huh. These nuts ain't shit. Oh boy, photosensitive people who ignore those first few frames are really getting fucked now, huh? Welcome to Post Void, produced by Indie Team Y/CJ/Y Games, and it's the 4th game they've ever made. The other 3 games are charming pixelated adventures, but Post Void is, How the fuck did this happen? Immediately upon launching the game, you're thrusted into the tutorial, surrounded by what looks to be leaves, but could be organs. I don't know. This game gives me Golden Light vibes, so I'm on my toes here. Ah! Jesus fucking Christ! We're introduced to the main mechanics. Health is stored in this idle head, which immediately gives me Cruelty Squad vibes, because in that game, your health is also kind of a physical thing. And no, there are no plans to play Cruelty Squad. I spoiled that game way too much for myself to justify a video. We can also slide in this game, which I forgot about when I first started playing, because I was too focused on taking everything in. We're introduced to the basic enemy, this thing, apparently referred to as black suits on this NA guide page. Yeah, we're not going to get many sources for what these enemies are called, so here's what I see them as. 1. NFT salesman. 2. Illuminati. 3. Manhacks. 4. Flashbang. 5. Lance Vance. 6. Cockblocker. And 7. My fucking sleep paralysis demon. Plot? What is the plot? Did you get any of that? Because fuck if I did. Look, I'm experienced in reading into things like a liberal arts major. In fact, that's almost what my degree was, but this shit is too abstract for me. If you have any theories, let me know. I think it's also important I state that I'm writing this with the virus in my body, so I'm sorry if this video isn't as fun as I can make it. All I want to do right now is remod Fallout New Vegas for the 500th time and sleep. I've got my priorities in order. And here we go. Act 1, there are 3 acts with 11 floors, all of a different art style, and an increasingly larger pool of enemies. You've probably noticed, well, the art style is certainly unique, and I fucking love it. I thought I was honestly gonna get a headache. Actually, I had many, but that was more because of a certain virus that shan't be named. But I didn't. The visual chaos is so purely awesome, and it fits with the gameplay so well. The one song track the game has also blends in so well. One could easily hear some Mick Gordon-style djent over this, but the fact they went for a pure speed punk rock vibe is way more stylistically unique. I also love the breakdown of the song when the counter melody kicks in. It makes this journey feel purposely and potentially heroic. This isn't killing for the sake of killing, you are determined to succeed, and honestly, that's awesome. There are 4 main weapons in the game that you can switch between. First is the default pistol, which is great because you can spam it, and at one point I had double reload speed, which basically meant I could continuously click with no repercussions. Although you really shouldn't rely on that because getting pinpoint accurate headshots is one of the things the game really tries to get you used to. This leads on to the SMG, which is that concept but with more recoil. Honestly, wasn't much of a fan. The shotgun, on the other hand, has more downtime than the other guns, but you can basically bypass a headshot skill ceiling entirely if you know what you're doing. Mix this with a reload upgrade and boom, best gun. This is how I won my first playthrough. Lastly, there is the knife, which is honestly just a meme. Usually you don't want to be running German helmet first into the jaws of cocaine-addicted Cthulhu businessmen, but sometimes it isn't about winning, it's about sending a message. I might die, but I'm gonna thrust deep inside of you. You will learn to like it, motherfucker. As mentioned, there are a handful of upgrades, and you get the choice of 3 every floor transition. These can sometimes be the weapons I just mentioned, or they can be a larger health pool, a top tier choice. Bouncing bullets, which I think is good, especially with the pistol, but it was hard to judge its effectiveness because I couldn't really tell that much. Slower enemy bullets, which is also great and gives you an extra second to think and breathe. Exploding enemies, which is just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Fast reloading, also good. A larger clip size, which is okay, but doesn't synergize well with the reload speed. Faster backwards running, which is okay, I never used it once. And hilariously, a compass. Hey guys, if your players are having trouble navigating, maybe this should be a base feature? I don't know, it just feels kind of stupid to lock that behind RNG, especially with how the RNG of the level design actually happens. It can be really disorientating. Just make it base, please. This game is a roguelike, or is it a roguelite? Give me 5 minutes, I'm gonna research this.
No! God, please, no!
My brain is a vat of soup right now, and I'm expected to remember this shit. I just want to sleep. So basically, roguelike is a phrase derived from the game Rogue, which takes place in a labyrinth of procedurally generated dungeons and includes permadeath. Huh, genre didn't go far from the roots, did it? Other key features are a huge emphasis on continuous action and being heavily based on discovery. On the other hand, roguelites are generally titles that keep the core ideas at heart, but aren't afraid to set away and introduce new ideas that are inherently un-roguelike. I would give examples, but 1, I'm inexperienced with the roguelike and roguelite genres, and 2, brain soup. As I said, every act is different in terms of colour and flow. Act 1 is made up mostly of orange and yellow with an occasional pink tinge. Act 2 adds more blue and green. Act 3 adds more wall patterns and colours like dark blue and grey. All floors, with the exception of the last floor, are also covered in miscellaneous items like windows, wallpapers, paintings, and even bottles and other random crap. It's like a rundown hotel. Also, the height differences get increasingly more bizarre, so you better get jumping and focusing on going forward. There were a couple of times in the beginning where I got spun and accidentally went the way I came, but I got out of that habit really quickly. If I might get real for a second, this game is pushing me to face an inner demon that has existed since as far back as I can remember. Failure as a concept to me has always felt overwhelming and negative rather than critical and productive. For me, failure means I'm not good enough, which was most likely created back in a primary school and high school days. Nowadays, this mental belief of mine only manifests in games. I frequently get angry at myself for failing at games because I see it as a wasting my own time. I'm going to die one day, or my work shift is in something hours. I'm always on the damn clock. Post-Void has forced me to think on this concept as, while I do fail and fail again, sometimes at the same and even at a point before my original baseline progress, The gameplay is overall still fun. It's just annoying how I can't find enjoyment unless I'm progressing positively. Is getting one run in 20 where I beat my current record truly progress or a waste of time? But surely if I played this game for 10 minutes and beat it, I wouldn't have enjoyed it as much? Is the pain and overall my self-hating tendencies a part of the game itself, at least in the personal sense? I'm not a philosophy channel, I should just drop this. How am I doing? Although I will return to these topics in later videos because this is my art and mine alone, so prepare for reflection on a horrible traumatic childhood. Yay! It's funny, as I jump from that topic, I ironically need to say that I beat the game in just over an hour. At some point the gameplay just clicks, and you get in the zone completely. I understand the game, and it understands me. There is no time to dwell on anything. You just need to go, 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 and go. Game is honestly so addicting, especially to someone like me who has started to resent slow burn games like Disco Elysium or Skyrim, none of them being bad games by any means. Well, maybe one of them, but I'll let you decide on that one. In one of my runs, I just did it. I went balls to the wall and got to the very end. Not focusing on health, just focusing on killing and killing. The final floor is similar to the tutorial, a jungle setting with autumnal leaves and/or organs, remember to trust nothing. As you go onwards, the enemies start to lessen, and the music fades. You come across this void with a patch of dirt. You drain your head onto the patch, which then springs a flower. The end. And boom, either try again and go to the menu. Of course I fucking hit try again because this game is so fucking good. The video's over now. Go away. Let me sleep, please. Postal 2 is coming soon. Oh yeah, please remember to follow me on all the thingies. Like if you can, subscribe, blah blah blah. But please Patreon, that's a very important thing for me right now. I just want to get this somewhere and feel like I'm progressing on a career. God, Corona makes you really depressed.